There's one agenda in this bill. Everyone needs to know. It is to get people back to work. We know what's happening now from the government isn't working. Here we are after expending $800 billion in stimulus, and there's nearly 2 million fewer Americans working today than when all that spending occurred. And we are at the lowest worker participation rate in a quarter of a century. People forget about that, but that makes the point. We have fewer people who can work working today than since the 1980s. So we know this isn't working. And Mr. Whitinger, what I understand is this bill is fairly prescriptive to the states, telling them that they can get their people back to work doing a combination of four things, as I understand it: to support their state unemployment benefits without the need for higher taxes, to provide extended benefits after workers exhaust the state benefits, to prevent tax increases on the small businesses who in mid-sized businesses hiring these workers, or provide reemployment services, helping workers get either the skills or the job opportunities to go back to work. Is that accurate? Is that what limitations in this bill creates flexibility, but it's very prescriptive about what these dollars can be used for, correct?
That's correct.
And what happens if the Jobs Act doesn't pass? What are almost certain to occur within the states as they try to get people back to work?
Right. Well, as your list suggests, what would happen is states wouldn't have flexibility over this funding. They wouldn't be allowed to use it for the purposes that you suggested, and the money could only be paid for the current highly prescriptive regime of federal extended benefits. So if states wanted to provide a different duration of benefits, use the money for regular benefits or other types of unemployment benefits, use it for reemployment services, or simply use it to reduce the balances of their loan, preventing tax hikes, or pay back the interest on those loans, preventing tax hikes on small businesses, they wouldn't be allowed to do that.
Can you explain that? As a number of states are in deep trouble, have borrowed a lot of money by law. Without this bill passing, we'll have to pay that back, which means significant tax hikes actually on job creators for hiring people. Right. Is that correct?
Unemployment taxes are payroll taxes on jobs. So there are taxes, and the federal tax especially is applied against the first $7,000 in wages. So it's, especially heavily targeted on low-wage jobs. So what would happen, again, is you would be facing higher taxes on especially those types of jobs. And as the discussion about the loans suggests, about $1 billion in state taxes are required just simply to pay the interest on the federal loans, which total about $40 billion across those 30-some states.
So in Washington's perverse thinking, if states are having trouble getting people back to work, let's make them raise the taxes on the companies that would likely hire them.
That's correct.
Thank you. Chairman, yield back.
Mr. Neal is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think that the metaphor that we're looking here to apply is not just the safety net, but the trampoline effect, and that is that people who have great work histories and are seeking to remain in the job market find themselves, for whatever reason, outside